Good afternoon. Thank you for being with us today. Miss Nicky Purple is sitting with me here at the Best Western Gwinnett Center Hotel in Atlanta, Georgia, and we're happy to have her with us. And I asked her several days ago if she would sit down and let me just talk with her for a few minutes. Miss Purple is the author of this book right here, Still Beautiful. And when I was looking at it, Miss Purple, did I understand that you're also a speaker?
Yes, I am an inspirational speaker. That's
Okay.
absolutely correct.
And what brings you to Atlanta?
Well, what brings me here to Atlanta is I do live and reside in Georgia. I am on a tour right now, so I'm doing several tours. One tour that I have is for more of a self-love, reminding people to love themselves because you have to start with yourself first. And I'm also doing another tour helping people to learn more about personal credit and small business credit. Because those two, we say them together, personal credit and business credit, but they're two different animals. So those are all the reasons why I'm right here in the heart of Duluth, Georgia.
You help people with their credit?
Yes, I do.
Oh, is that right?
Absolutely.
Well, tell us, if you don't mind, what is Still Beautiful about? I did read the book. I
Okay.
looked at it. But for our listeners here, what is Still Beautiful?
Still Beautiful originally was birthed as an affirmation. I wanted to be able to have something that was for all nationalities, all cultures, regardless of background. I wanted to have something that would remind people of the love and beauty that they have inside of themselves, regardless of what they go through. Because a lot of people go through a lot of different things: divorce, breakup, terminated from their jobs, just anything and everything. So whatever it is that they're going through, I wanted something that could at least bring them back up, not make them feel heavy, but bring them back up and remind them of who they are. So that's what Still Beautiful is. It is definitely a remembrance and also a reminder to that individual that you are still beautiful no matter what.
And when you speak about this book,
Mhm.
your seminar is about the same thing, or what do you cover in your seminar?
And my seminars are cover self-love, your self-worth, confidence. I also cover, I have a certain arenas that I kind of target single parents, so single moms and single dads. A lot of times people ask me, is the book gender specific? Now, I am a woman, so I wrote it from a woman's angle, but the book is Still Beautiful is for men and women because both men and women both experience some level of trauma.
Well, tell our listeners, where could they get this book?
Yes, absolutely. That's my favorite question. So you can go to Amazon. The book is called Still Beautiful by Nicky Purple. And Nicky Purple is all one word. So when you go to Amazon, you're going to just type in Nicky Purple, all one word. The book was endorsed by Les Brown. If you're familiar with Les Brown, he is the #1 motivational, inspirational speaker in the world. So he did endorse my book 3 weeks after it came out. So that's a huge endorsement. And it is a journal. So the book does allow you to self-reflect. And that's another thing that people love about the book is they can actually write down how it makes them feel right then and there. They don't have to wait.
Right. And do you have a website?
I do have a website now. I'm doing some rebranding because I have a lot of, I'm a Jill of many trades. I'm a chameleon. So I'm bringing everything together. So in about 2 weeks, that website will be back up with everything.
And tell our listeners a little more about the credit issue. That's
Yes,
interesting to me.
yes, that is one of my favorites. So credit, because I feel like where we're at right now when it comes to credit, there's a lot of myths when it comes to credit. A lot of people say, "Oh no, I don't want any credit because of this or that." And what people don't realize, things happen. Crime goes on every day. So I always tell a person, would you rather that someone stole your credit card or would you rather that they ran off with your purse and had all your money? Now, the difference is in the two, if they take the credit card, you can get the money back because it's FDIC insured. Of course, if they take your purse, which I did have someone who literally about a couple weeks ago had a couple $1,000s on them, and this woman was 54 years old. She was robbed. She never got the money back. So credit does have a lot of advantages. It's important for me that I explain when it comes to credit what level of understanding a person does have. If you're looking to start your business, we have steps, fundamentals, the proper way to set up your business, and you don't use your personal credit for your business credit. You can literally build up your own business credit from scratch, where it's following what they call your EIN, tax identification number, and not your social security number, or not even needing a what they call a PG, a personal guarantee.
Okay, we got briefly interrupted because my phone was ringing, but we were talking about credit, and I have a question for you.
Absolutely.
An individual, not a business,
Okay.
but an individual, suppose that they have bad credit or they've messed up their credit.
Okay.
What is your suggestion for them?
Well, my suggestion, and that's that actually I get that question a lot. And sometimes what I try to, the first thing I try to figure out is what do they consider as bad credit? Because again, it has a lot to do with myths. So they might say, well, I don't have anything on my credit. But that's not necessarily bad credit. So if you're saying, hey, well, I have a lot of collections and I have a 10-year history, I got a lot of things, I lost my job and I haven't did anything with my credit, I would basically suggest to them, one of the things you can do is get a secured credit card. Secured credit cards definitely do help you build your credit. You can get one from Wells Fargo. You can go to Navy Federal. There's a lot of credit unions and banks that will offer you that $300 secured credit card, and you can make payments on that. And what I would tell that person, definitely to do that, I would also say, pull a copy of your credit report. You can get your credit report. I know free annual, you get one a year, but definitely sign up with Credit Karma. Now, the thing about these websites, that third-party websites, they could easily run 2 to 3 months behind. So don't get shocked. Actually get your real credit report directly from Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion. That is the most accurate. And then when you get that credit report, you want to make sure everything lines up, that the account balance is correct. If there's anything that's insufficient, you can actually get that off your credit report, because FDCA says, hey, anything that's reported to your credit report has to be 100% accurate. And I don't remember the logistics right this second, but I do believe 1 out of 3 people definitely have errors on their credit report, and that's a lot of people.
And so it sounds like that you know a lot about this. Do you offer our people? Did you say you do offer a seminar?
I do seminars.
Do you have like a program they could buy?
There are programs.
Your program, I mean.
Yes. I am an ambassador for a company. So what I do, the credit building tour, is basically like the ABCs of understanding credit. Understanding what categories and where things belong when they do report it on your credit report. Just because TransUnion sends your credit report doesn't mean that the car is in the right place where it's supposed to be on your credit report.
Right. So
a lot of these little errors that we don't know of, but we trust the credit bureaus, and they're dealing with millions of files. Yeah. They can make these simple mistakes, simple errors. So I definitely, even when it comes to bankruptcy, a lot of people file bankruptcy and they consider like it's the end of the world, but it's definitely not the end of the world.
And so if our listeners wanted to come to one of your seminars, yes, about about credit, mm-hmm, or about your book,
yes, how
would they find you?
Basically, you can go on Instagram, the official Nicky, and that is the official Nicky, Nicky. I do post up all of my events on the official Nicky Purple on Instagram, and also you can go to Facebook, Nicky Purple, NICKYPURPLE, one word. I do post all of my events on social media and also on Eventbrite.
Well, Ms. Purple, I really
Yes.
appreciate you speaking with me, and I'm going to post this on YouTube, and hopefully there'll be people that see this and maybe buy your book.
Absolutely.
So tell
Now,
them one more time how to get your book. I remember
Um,
what you said, but let's remind the people.
Sure, you can go to Amazon. You can order the book, Still Beautiful, in Barnes and Noble. You can order it, and they'll ship it to you. But it's everywhere besides China. You can go on Amazon, order the book. If you definitely order the book for Amazon, please leave an authentic review. The reviews definitely help. I was going to ask you if you could leave a review too.
You
But
did ask me, and I'm
yeah.
going to. I did read your book the other
Thank
night.
you, thank you.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I want to know for you, because I'm always interested as human beings, when someone reads the book, what is it for them? Because that it is different for every individual. So what was it for you when you read the book?
Well, I appreciated the positiveness. Is that a word?
Positivity?
Positivity. The positivity of your book
Okay.
and the positive outlook.
Okay.
But I will get you a review on there.
I definitely appreciate it.
But we appreciate you staying with us.
Oh, absolutely.
Has your stay been okay here?
That I thought you was gonna never ask.
Uh-huh.
So I'm here at the Best Western. The people I have met have been vibrating on the same vibration I'm on, which basically means I've met a lot of positive people, a lot of go-getters, a lot of entrepreneurs all over the world, different country, overseas. A lot of times we're sitting down here, breakfast time is over. We're not rushing to go back to our rooms. We're actually networking. So this is a beautiful place. If you are new to the area, you are a small business, you want to have some place comfortable, safe, quiet, you can still do your work. This place is very welcoming, very good energy, and extremely clean. So to me, this is not just a 5-star, this is a 10-star. Everything that you get is well worth it. So if you're thinking about going somewhere else to a bigger hotel, definitely come by Best Western. Their customer service is excellent. That's actually what drew me in. I am a researcher, and I have a habit of calling 20 different places. But what drew me in here was the phone call that I had was like no other. And I decided to come here. So I'm inviting you to do the same thing. Come to this particular hotel, Best Western. Management is great. They stand behind what they say.
Well, thank you, Miss Purple. I appreciate you saying that. Y'all, I didn't tell her to say that.
No, that's straight from the heart.
But I do appreciate that. And thank you so much for staying with us. And I'm going to close out now. I'll have this posted on YouTube by tomorrow.
Yes.
And I hope some people will buy your book.
Well, they will. Thank you so much.